Exploding Kittens is a super fun card game, but how does it translate into a Netflix adult animated series? Let's talk about Exploding Kittens. Hey guys, Dan here. This is Dan Reviews It. Welcome to my TV review for the new Netflix series, Exploding Kittens. This is based on the popular card game. However, this is based on a newer version of the card game, which once I looked into it a little more, made a little more sense. I've been playing this game for, I don't know, as long as it's been out, 9, 10 years maybe. It's been a while, and I've played it with my family, and it's a fun game. I have one of the expansions for it, but they've done a lot of versions over the years as it's become increasingly popular. And so when I first started watching this, I saw the first 3 episodes of this, and I didn't really recognize that many similarities between the characters here and the characters on the cards. I thought, well, that's kind of weird. But then I looked into it a little more, and about a year ago, they released a version of the card game inspired by this series called Good versus Evil, because the basic premise of this show is that God and the devil both get turned into cats and sent to Earth. And so, okay, now that makes a little more sense. But interestingly, this show was supposed to come out before the end of 2023. So the card game version, Good versus Evil, has been out now almost a year. I don't know if the strike moved this show back or whatever, but this just premiered about a week and a half ago on Netflix. So definitely, a long time span between the game inspired by the show and then the show itself. But in any event, that makes more sense. Maybe some of these characters appear on the Good versus Evil cards. The animation style is similar to the original cards, but none of the characters really were something I recognized. So it was a little bit odd, kind of, until I learned that little factoid about it. But anyway, before we get any further into the weeds with this show, let me welcome you back to Dan Reviews It. Thank you for finding this video. We've got movie and TV reviews on the channel, and just about every day, something new goes up. So there's always a lot to check out. Please keep in mind that I would love to have you subscribe, click that like button, or comment below. That stuff all helps the channel out, and I certainly do appreciate it. All right, so this is, like I said, an adult animated series, but usually when streamers get an adult animated show, it is that way because they can curse and they can, have all this sex stuff and ultra-violent animation and all of the things that maybe you can't have on a network TV show. But, that comes at a cost of, the characters aren't very developed and, oh, yeah, they just say a bunch of filthy things and that's the gag, that's the joke. This, when I say adult animation, it's not maybe for little kids, but I think this could easily fit in on like the Fox Animation Domination Sunday night block, next to Bob's Burgers and The Great North and, The Simpsons and all of that stuff, because I feel like they are really, pretty clean overall. Yes, there's some more mature jokes, but it's not like the characters are cursing up a storm or any of that. So I like that about it because it allows us to actually get to know the characters a little bit more. And we have some people that are kind of famous, but not, A-listers. One of the problems I have with animated TV shows and movies really is that a lot of times we get, let's have these really popular actors voice the roles. Some of these people you will certainly recognize. For example, the lead really is Tom Ellis, and he played Lucifer on that TV show, but certainly not like a household name or anything. He is God. And then Sashir Zamata, who was on SNL for a while. She was on a great show on ABC that got canceled called Home Economics. She plays the Devil Cat. But you also have Tom Kenny here, who, of course, has been voicing SpongeBob for years, and Susie Nakamura, who was on Modern Family and The West Wing. So, people that maybe are not professional voice actors, but, work out here because we also don't know their voices that well, so it's not super distracting. But that's the basic premise, is that God and the devil are sent to Earth as cats, and they sort of fight each other, and the God cat obviously trying to make things work with people that have basically prayed to God. So look, there's a lot of things that are familiar territory here. The idea of good versus evil and God versus the devil. We've been doing that for I don't know, hundreds of years probably in storytelling. But in terms of television, even in animation, we've done that before. We had The God, the Devil, and Bob, which was a show. I think that might have been on Fox actually about 20 years ago. But in any event, this is from the creators of King of the Hill, Beavis and Butthead, Mike Judge, and Greg Daniels. And Greg Daniels has gone on to do the U.S. Office, and Mike Judge, of course, has gone to do a lot of movies like Office Space. And look, I think these two are a great combo. This could be one of their weaker efforts, though. I don't think it's bad, and it's going to be a slightly positive grade from me come the end of this video, but the usual sort of sharpness with which we expect from a Greg Daniels, Mike Judge joint is just not quite here. It's sort of on that edge, and I don't think it's because they're holding back on the adult stuff. No, I don't think it's that at all. I just think the writing is not maybe as sharp. Now, they're not writing on it. They're just executive producers, so I can't really say that it's their fault, maybe that the writing isn't as sharp as a lot of their other stuff. But look, I think this is a fun show, and I think one of the benefits of this is that it has heart. A lot of times when we get these adult animated series, they're so cynical, and one of the things that they kind of take the ball with and run is, oh, let's just make everybody a horrible character, and they're all reprehensible, and they're going to spew these filthy things, and nobody, it might be funny, but nobody really has any redeeming qualities. And here, this actually does have a good heart to it. In fact, in episode 2, even the devil softens a little bit. They go to this big box store, and God and the devil cat kind of have a little, chat or whatever, and devil cat softens a little bit before it realizes, oh yeah, wait, I'm supposed to be the devil. So this has a heart, and I think as this continues, what is it, 10 episodes maybe, or 8? There are 8, not right in the middle, 9 episodes total. And I watched the first 3, so I watched the first third of this season, and I really think that they are onto something here with that kind of heart to it, and that's what Bob's Burgers works, I think. Because the characters are so silly, and certainly in some cases, maybe not reprehensible, but maybe not showing the best qualities in people. But at the end of the day, they all have a heart, and they're a good family, and all of that. I think stuff like that translates really well with shows like this, because it's kind of getting more and more rare these days, especially with a streaming animation show where they really can go for broke, and oftentimes do, at the expense of, good characters and good writing. So this is, like I said, it's a slight positive for me. I will leave Exploding Kittens with a B-. I'm excited if this gets a season 2, because I think we can definitely continue the storyline. I'm interested now to play this new version of the game, too, Good versus Evil, and see how different it is from the original, and how much it relates to this TV show. But you can check out all the episodes now for season 1 on Netflix. All right, thank you for watching Dan Reviews It. I'll see you next time.